pasok ng ONIC dito. I think the Hylos is actually still available. There you go. And they pair it together with the Kimi. Ito siguro yung surprise for me na I did not totally expect to come in.
Wow.
But what about a bigger surprise from ONIC?
Welcome back. It's been a while. This is a Kirk hero again. Must not.
Well, you know, looking at this draft, this first game anyway, some interesting things come through, you know, that we talked about, even getting to that point where, yes, the Paquito is there, JP on the Hylos. This is very standard things. You know, this is a shade of what TLPH showed us even seasons ago, and Carl TZ being on the Baksha. Again, it could have been swerved, but he just happens to go with it. Brusco's going to go in and annoy Carl TZ just a bit, but I don't know. What do you think about this? Midnight, you shook your head a little bit on that debut pick. Kirk bringing it back.
No, but I do like the Edith, you know. I love the idea of the Edith here because he shuts down effectively 4 heroes on the side of TLPH. This used to be good against Baxia, used to be good against Paquito, Harith, and Hylos. The Kimi, we still don't know yet, but ideally 4 heroes on the side of TLPH gets easily countered by the Edith. What I shook my head on was the draft for Liquid. Like, we don't see this usually come out from the cavalry.
Kind of old school a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, and there's 4 magic, dude.
This is very old school as well.
4 magic.
In a sense of, you know, Kirk used to have the Edith as this MMR hero as well.
Yes, and also just think about this, gentlemen. Like, Edith thrives on defense items, right?
Yeah.
And with Radiant Armor, he stacks up. There's 4 magic guys on the side of Liquid. So I don't know about this. I don't know. Maybe we see one guy carry it out from ONIC, but for TLPH, they have to play super fast.
It's just so weird thinking about Baksha being the magic guy. You know?
I mean,
like,
it's true.
it is. I'm just saying, it's weird to think about him being, you know, magic damage.
So yeah.
First turtle's up here. He'll go ahead and get control of it. We'll see if ONIC actually wants to fight this, but King Kong, he'll try to just go for the retro battle. JP, the one to secure it. They lock down King Kong. He goes down first. They're going to go for Brusco next. That's easy pickings for Team Liquid off the first turtle.
All right, timing was a little off there on that retribution.
Yeah.
It was not a retry kill.
Yeah, and the knockup was on point from Brusco, but Hylos was there securing that turtle for TLPH. But even then, the setup was amazing from the cavalry that, you know, that counter engage with the Hylos as well as the other members of TLPH just frontlining for the Baxia. But yeah, ONIC Philippines, they had the right idea. It's just that, again, the retribution wasn't really on point from King Kong.
Yeah, that's very rare to say, especially with the games that we saw yesterday. In most games in ONIC 1, King Kong was on the Liam Ward.
Yeah.
So what's up with that? We're definitely seeing a little bit more disruption coming in from TLPH, considering, you know, Hylos is in the play.
Yeah. Ooh, what the? Sanford is level 7 against level 4 Edith. What is this?
I just saw that too. I was like, well, he just hit 5, but still, like, he's still capped. I don't know what happened, man. Like,
what in the world happened on EXP?
Did he double up on mid? He didn't, right?
No, I think he just. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to look back because I'm actually surprised by that.
This is my first time seeing this, gentlemen. I'm not gonna lie. It's 3 minutes. Usually, XP laners are just, you know, getting 6, maybe going past level 6. But level 7 against level 5, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Is it because maybe our junglers are slowed up a little bit? Usually it's junglers ahead in XP, right?
No. I think Sanford took all the EXP crab and then turtle buff and then got 1 kill. Maybe stole a bit of a minion in mid lane.
Yeah, he should have.
That's the only explanation, right?
That advantage already, you know, gives him a bit of a lead to work with, and this is kind of what you see happening here with the Paquito in Sanford's hands.
I'm so confused.
He's gonna run a calculator later on.
Yeah, I will review this game after this match.
Yeah, where all of this is coming from and what it's all leading to is, of course, this turtle, who is now, of course, boxed out very confidently by TLPA. Carl TZ up on front, JP. Almost impossible to get through this guy without, you know, suffering some major damage. Kirk is here, though.
Kirk swings up, so even more so is he going to be delayed because Sanford just, he got the call, you know, just chill in the lane, that's fine.
Hunter Strike locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We talk about like lack of damage from TLPH earlier. Now they don't even need a 4 magic guy. They have Sanford.
Yeah.
Massive physical damage from the... Oh, good dodge.
Good dodge.
Okay.
A lot of extra gold there to him, too.
A little bit extra gold. Again, you're right. Maybe the profile is, you know what, go ahead. Try to build up the Radiant Armors. They're trying to bait it, maybe.
He is #1, actually, in terms of gold farm.
Oh, my
for
goodness.
TLPH.
What the hell?
So that's the answer. We don't need We don't need any more physical damage. We got Sanford.
Sanford's going to be able to cover all of that.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why they try to set something up here. You can see Brusco seeing if they can make a play on Sanford because they see this, how he's scaling up. They're actually going to push him off turret for now. So despite being level 9, they'll trade cross-map turrets, tier 1. So Sanford won't be able to do anything about that.
Yeah, but it's a bit of an awkward force for ONIC Philippines. They left the Harith alone in the top lane. It's a trade that is, you know, for TLPH kind of okay.
Because he's the gold laner now,
Yeah,
man,
that's
in
right.
terms of gold.
In fact, he is the actual gold laner, you know, so it's kind of favorable for TLPH that ONIC did this because you gave a lot of space for the Harith, which also brings them a lot of, like, power spike in the mid-game.
Yeah, the gold is going to the right person.
Yeah.
Right? And for TLPH, I mean, Sanford already pretty rich.
Yeah, on paper. The right guy.
On paper. So we'll see. Maybe later on he'll still be the rich guy, depending on how this game goes. Obviously, the mid trio from ONIC still very, very controlling. We still have that Brusco, very scary on the show, so can't really say anything quite yet, but everyone's getting a lot of free farm.
Yeah, this is the difficult part here. Brusco actually going to get stunned, has Jikundo out. Exactly what I was going to say is the hard part for Brusco is trying to actually look for an angle or an opening. Who are you going to kick? Yeah. Carl TZ on the Baksha? Is it going to be JP on the Hylos? You know, these entry points is also why it's so difficult for King Kong to really contest this and just try to go in for the retribution with a Phantom Seed, and it looks like they're just too late to every one of the turtles.
Yeah, it's just, you know, these comps that TLPH built, they play it very, very good because just the, you know, the prod and poke alone is so sufficient for TLPH that it takes a lot of attention away from ONIC.
Super Prince already has the flicker. They're just putting pressure on the purple buff. Kirk will take a couple shots from Sanford, but they just continue to just squeeze down on the necks of ONIC right now in game 1. 7 minutes in, they have control up to this point. King Kong will at least get his buff though.
Yeah, this game feels like a really bad mismatch, especially on the XP, where you see Kirk just running all the time.
Yeah.
And again, they're not able to utilize this Cho.
Yeah, not just the, you know, the EXP mismatch, but overall tempo and team fight as well. Because ONIC, they're looking to fight, especially with the Eve, the Leomords, or Sanford.
Oh, a little bit of damage here on Severo. Severo might have to be a little careful, but meanwhile, Carl TZ is actually getting quite low as well. Here's the clapback though, the counter punch. Brusco should be able to escape, but Sanford goes in with a 1-2 again. Sitting on another kill, and this is not going to be good for Kirk as he falls. A double for Sanford.
Wow, an insane performance from the Apex Predator. Whatever hero it is, he always stands at the top, and now he is the actual carry for TLPH.
Yeah, that title is not just a title anymore. He is showing it in this game.
Do they want to go in with this? Flying Cloud's going to bring them to the fight. King Kong has the Phantom Seed. Brusco trying to go in for a possible kick, but just couldn't get the angle. They're just trying to desperately hold on to the tier 2 turret, and it could be bad. Sanford finally shut down. Kirk popping the Primal Wrath. He's able to get a kill on Carl TZ, but now it's Teddy, the true gold laner, to get a double kill.
Man, I love it. Teddy to the rescue here for TLPH with a beautifully placed Zaman Force.
This is so annoying for ONIC Philippines. Like, the way Team Liquid fights, they poke and poke and poke until you make a mistake and then they go all in. But even if you punish, let's say you punish Sanford, now you kill him. You use all your resource just to deal with one guy. Now there's 4 more heroes left. You gotta deal with Teddy, you gotta deal with Sanji, and there's 2 meat shields as well, who also deal damage on the form of the Boxia.
That's exactly the story of that one, because after after Teddy arrived, they had no bullets in the barrel. They did not have any ultimates to use on him.
They're like, pack it up, boys.
Yeah.
We don't have any firepower left.
Yeah, and that's a great play. That's a great play. Yesterday, they were using Teddy as bait a lot to force team fights, and now it's the other way around. It's Teddy coming in later to the games and just showing off what he got, and they just don't have enough to deal with him.
Yeah. And this is the best part about Liquid's playstyle, right? Like, people just know when to go in, when they're not supposed to go in, if they need to wait, or if they have to go. Like, sometimes you would see Team Liquid Philippines go with 5 members. They would just all jump. But there are games where you see Carl TZ suiciding first, JP baiting a lot of skills and spells, and then Sanford and Teddy comes in to finish the job. And in this game, it's the same thing. Like, Sanford is I would say, like, he's the center of attention here for TLPH. Once he's forced a lot of the skills on the side of ONIC Philippines, then the Harris gets to play the game.
I think you're right, especially right now where Sanford is the main physical damage dealer of TLPH. Everyone's wearing those shiny radiant armors, right?
Yep.
Everyone's trying to buff up against magic damage. Now it's going to be up to Sanford to really deliver that damage.
All right, first base push in, traction pulse thrown out. The shield is still up. Everything will be dropped down here in the mid lane to walk this Lord up for this turret. Even with this kind of lead, they're still gonna have to hold on because that Lord will be cleared out after the one charge into the turret. And that's about all TLPH is gonna get, plus some buffs here.
Yeah, good trigger discipline coming out from the Eve. If Super Friends used the ult there, then TLPH might have gone for more. But this is very important for ONIC. They need to wait for the perfect opportunity for Super Friends to land the real world manipulation. But it's kind of hard against these mobile heroes and durable frontliners of TLPH. They can just slowly chip on the turrets here with the Chrono Dashes and of course the hits coming out from the Kimmy, and it's also buying time for the actual carry of TLPH. The Kimmy is farming up a lot of gold right now, which is going to be a bit of a problem for ONIC, especially that they don't have the Edith as the answer.
That's right, the Edith, if you try to go in, you're probably going to get punished so hard. So you're right, Sanji, he's been very silent, right? He's been the one who's ramping up slowly and slowly while everyone's hunting down Sanford. Watch out for this guy. He's cooking.
Yeah, Sanji already in the curve here, buying an item that will protect him, protect himself from the Claude with the Wind of Nature. This is going to allow the Kimmy to just stand tall in fights and then man up against a lot of the physical damage coming out from ONIC.
Yeah, it's really interesting just the way that Sanji's been able to play this Kimmy. Again, a hero that doesn't pop up too often in our current meta, you know, aside from certain teams or certain players that will bring it to the front. But the way he's playing it, whether it's that little bit of a stun that you get or just the ability to go ahead and throw out the traction pulse, has been enough so far for him to actually have quite a big impact in some of these team fights. So that's what's, why it's such an obstacle for Brusco or even Kirk to an extent to try to get something set up for ONIC. They have to be completely reactive this entire game.
Yeah, and to add to that, this mix-up from Sanford, right? Like, you know when Sanford's playing the Paquito, he goes full damage. But because he understands that he's just a bait in this game, he's literally just opening up the game for the Harith, for the Kimmy. He went for the hybrid Queen's Wings and then the War Axe into the Chastise Pauldron, I believe, for the Paquito. This is going to allow the Paquito to be more of a utility damage dealer, you know, using the shields from the first skill and also the knock-up from then the enhanced ult. And ONIC, it's kind of hard for them to fight into this because how do you actually fight this Paquito?
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, where you kind of are wondering what's the direction Sanford's going to go, because he is the only major physical damage for TLPH, right? So now, well, everyone, again, I'm trying to look at the items, right? Most people are just on Radiant. He's just trying to bait it out. I think he's going to skip Oracle, and I think maybe go for Chastise on this one, or Dominance Ice.
I mean, I think he does go Chastise straight into Immo.
Immo, okay.
For the Paquito, because you just want to, you know, survive this initial team fight from ONIC where they use Phantom Steed, they use Reload Manipulation. If you're able to go past that, then essentially you're winning the team fight.
You're probably not dying anyway, so good luck with that, especially with Queen's Wings.
Lord charging in the mid. Sanford takes a couple shots. He doesn't have the ammo yet, so he's got to be careful. Carl Teasy also going quite low. They're trapped in the real-world manipulation from Super Prince.
Wow.
He's got his own immortality picked up now, so Carl Teasy's going to be fine, but a well-handled defense from ONIC Philippines. They deal with another Lord, buy some more time, and that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, and you see the problem for ONIC, right? They use everything on the Boxia, and they've only managed to bring him down to 25%. With the Tortoise Poisons, this is a big problem for ONIC.
Again, it's not done. We do have rounds of minions they still need to deal with. This could be a ticket for TL.
Oh, whoa, Severo getting checked. He's got to go heal back up here. But nonetheless, ONIC continues to clear out these waves.
Ooh, that's split.
Sanford attacking up top. Yep, they've got to split it. That's the only way they can deal some damage to these base turrets of ONIC.
Yeah, again, it's kind of hard because there's always the threat of the real-world manipulation into the Blazing Duet of Severo. So for TLPH, they can only chip away some damage on the turrets. But in the next few minutes of the game, ONIC is going to be able to find farm on their scaling heroes. But the problem is, again, it's all about the team fight. TLPH, they're primarily focused on winning a fight right now, especially for this upcoming Lord fight. If ONIC waits it out, I think they can give this Lord to TLPH and then maybe defend and then get to the point where Savero just becomes massive.
That's right. We did see that earlier a good time. Wait a second.
Oh, the kick going to be used. Briscoe has to flicker defensively out. He was caught in a bad angle after trying to set up, so he goes down. They're going to force the fight anyway. Under the turret, flickers used from ONIC. They lose Brusco. It was an attempt, and it didn't work out for ONIC.
Yeah, this is Liquid special, you know? Like, they understand ONIC might force something. The moment they step away outside their base, TLPH, they're gonna look to punish. Because you know why? They're already at an advantage. If we force battle spells on the side of ONIC, then we're much, much stronger in the next fight.
Yeah, all that results in that top turret falling down. So TLPH just playing the macro game. They've maintained a really healthy gold lead up to this point, but like you said, Midnight, this Lord's gonna come here in a couple seconds. ONIC will probably just have to choose.
Yeah,
we just defend.
It's pretty rough because 64 seconds on flicker for Super Friends, man. They're not gonna have tools to contest this.
Again, that's why if you were ONIC earlier, the better decision would have been to just give the Lord, stay in base, hold back, and then maybe reserve these battle spells. Now, TLPH, again, Liquid Classic, the moment you step out of the base, the plan is for TLPH, force some battle spells. Then the next time we fight, we're hella stronger. And now, because of this, ONIC is forced. They didn't take they didn't make the choice to give the Lord. They're forced to give the Lord, and now TLPH will get another layer of advantage for their side because now they get to push waves without battle spells on the side of ONIC.
That's true. Despite the 10k gold lead or 11k gold lead, though, I feel like ONIC can still fight back. As long as, again, the real world is very, very well placed. As long as maybe Brusco can make a pick happen on Teddy.
Severo's locked in, man.
I mean,
he just picked up his Malefic Roar, last item.
He can fight. This guy can fight. They've got damage.
See if they can do it. ONIC on the defense again. Another Lord, third one of the game. Immortality's in play now for Brusco. They're gonna clear this out. Glorious Pathway drops down. It could come down to this as Brusco. Immortality already popped. He's gone out of the picture, and the base is gonna be locked down. But they have to get through the real-world manipulation of Super Prince. Sanford took out King Kong with a punch to the face. And ONIC looked to be able to defend, but Teddy will capitalize another kill. The last turret goes down. 4 members of Team Liquid are still alive. Super Prince and Kirk will do their best, but the base is so low, and they'll take game 1 against ONIC Philippines.